Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing the full review for the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. And going to be going over all the bells and whistles and just kind of what makes this a good phone and where it ranks among the top phones out right now. So first of all, look and feel. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 has been not only lighter and thinner than the original Note 1, but it has also been made to be more narrow, so it's easier to hold in the hand, and definitely you do not feel that it is that big, honestly, once you hold it in the hand for a while. Even those who have small hands have said, wow, it actually is a little bit better to hold than I had thought it would be. So I think that's, first of all, a really nice thing that it definitely becomes easier to hold than most had expected it to be. So that's going to be really good. Another thing is that you have a really beautiful screen in terms of quality. I'll go on, you'll really see it in the movie quality, but just a really, really beautiful and rich looking screen. And that's one thing I definitely think stands out. In terms of operation, you do have a very, very, very quick system. This, I will say, is the quickest device out on the market. I have personally tested every top device, as you guys know, and it is the quickest by far. There's just nothing that compares to it in speed. It just moves quicker, more fluid than any other device on the market. It just really does a great job. The screen quality is unparalleled, and again, I'll go more into that in video, but you can see even on fine details like text, that just really shows off how clear it is, and easily that you can kind of can't really see pixels as much as other devices, and really clear. So, and that comes from just having a better screen than even the S3. The details are RGB matrix and other stuff, but don't really want to go into too much of that. So the other thing is the pen really feels really nice in the hand, and you'll definitely notice how easy it is to use with the device. And it adds a lot of functions, just from simple things like screen capture up to more complex things like being able to double tap and then bringing up pop-up note. So things like that go a long way. As far as extras like Air View, which I've done videos on, you know, it just kind of gets things done quicker. So that's really good, and you can control the entire phone with gestures almost, so things like this, bringing up the menu, everything just moves quicker on this phone. So it's really nice features. Now let's go to web browsing. Now we do have all three web browsers that I tend to use. For this purpose, I will lean more towards, let's go with Chrome, since that's the one that most people like, and Android now, we will go with Chrome. Now, for those of you wondering, can you get Adobe Flash on here? Well, yes you can, but it does require an extra step. So if you want to see what that extra step is, feel free to check out my channel. And I do have a video on how to get Adobe Flash onto the Galaxy, onto any Jelly Bean device, and that's it, how you will get it on there. All right, so let's go to, let's just go to some bookmarks that I have. So let's pull up Phone Arena, and let me zoom in for you guys. So obviously a really great screen to do web browsing in, and you can pinch to zoom very easily, and very fluid movements in terms of how it responds. So really good just all around, even while still loading the web page. It still hasn't fully loaded the web page, and yet I can do all of these movements, and it's still fairly fluid for not having a full web page loaded. So really nice in terms of how it operates, even with the full website, such as Phone Arena, that's very heavy content based and just moves really fast. And again, even after having the entire website still loaded, it's still actually moving pretty quick. So really nice in terms of how it moves. And let's go to another one. Let's close that one down. Oops. And let's start a new tab. Go to Engadget. And I'm kind of just showing you the real web browsing in terms of how it is. Now obviously with a mobile site, it'll load right away. So there's no need for any kind of loading on a mobile website really. But you know, if you wanted to view full websites, you still get that ability. Another thing I like to point out in web browsing is on the internet one, which you can do this in other ones, but I just had this one saved on this website. So one thing I love about web browsing on the Note is the pen actually becomes the mouse. Now what I mean by that is, if you were to go to a website like Best Buy, you'd normally have to go to products, then after that you would have to go to what category you want, so like computers or a specific type of electronics. Then you would finally have to go to laptops and notebooks or tablets or whatever you wanted to go to. However, on the Note, you can actually just put your pen over and go right to it. Now this is a really nice feature because it's something else that no other phone can do, period. Every other phone, you actually hit that, you'll hit products, then you'll hit the category you want to, then you have to go to the next page. That's 3 steps that you have to do, whereas this one you just click one button. So that's just really nice that you have the ability to do that with the pen, and it's something that no other phone can experience on web browsing. So the web browsing experience is a lot better in comparison than any other tablet. Or phone, sorry, besides tablets. It's really good just on other phones. So a really important thing is also the fact that you can do really good sound quality. So let's go into music, and let me pick a song. Go.
Sometimes we seem so hard, sewn together with a broken heart. I try to see you, but it's getting dark. Words keep flowing out, I wonder what they mean. You're like a little piece of kerosene.
So really good sound quality, definitely I would say above even the iPhone 5 and the S3 in terms of sound quality. Very loud. I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison of both those, of course, but very loud in terms of its sound production. So I really do recommend this for really loud sound, but definitely the best part about it, I would say, is in the video player. So in the video player, we have really nice things such as moving videos, so you don't have to have a little picture of your video. You know, you can actually see your video playing, so you know which one's which. Not only that, but if you hover over it with the pen, you actually also get, of course, the nice air
Hello,
view.
Sheldon.
Hi.
So you can actually preview your video itself. Now, I'm going to show you the video that the Note 2 comes with, just so you can get an idea of the quality of the screen. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys just see the video, and that's pretty good. Let's play. Okay, so first thing, I hope you guys can appreciate the video here while I'm recording it, but definitely if you see it in person, it's just amazing. Everyone is always like, wow, that is just the best video screen I've ever seen. So it's really good in terms of its video, and that's one thing that's definitely really good at doing. So I really do like that in terms of its reproduction. The other thing is, on the video player, you also have the ability to, while the video is playing, take a photo of the video, which a few other devices can do. But the real reason why this is so nice is because, you know, say you're at a kid's birthday party, you record the video, no one else took photos. Well, now what you have the ability to do is actually go back and take the photos yourself. And if you, after touching the top button, you either click the photo to save it or click anywhere outside to discard it. And then of course you have pop-up play. which will allow you to keep watching your video while doing anything else, such as going online, doing anything, and you can even minimize it and make it bigger this time around, which you could not do on the S3, which is just a really nice add-on. And just pause it, tapping it, and then you can close it, just like that. So really nice extras that make this better, and I do prefer this compared to LG's Optimus G's. You know, little, oh, let's put the video behind and let's not make it clear, and it's just, it's not a good idea. I don't know what they were thinking when it came to that like invisible, half invisible thing. It just was a poor attempt at finding a solution. In terms of the camera quality, it's just really good. I've used it several times outside, and the real thing is that not only does it do good in terms of quality. So just let me take a quick photo here. I know I normally have photos prepared. Sorry guys, I didn't this time. But let me just do a live photo for you guys. And I'm just going to take that Starbucks photo so you guys can see the kind of quality it has. So color reproduction is really good on this phone. You have clarity, just very sharp always. And it's just really well overall. It has a lot of nice touches on the gallery too, such as the fact that you can actually write a note behind your photo, which is just a really nice touch, you know. I love my, that's a horrible my. Let's switch that up. Coffee. So, and then after that, you will always have that on the back of your photo. So it's just a really nice feature. But also in the camera app, you have a lot of extras. So it's the best from like every phone. You have the ability to hold the shutter button down and it takes multiple photos right away. You have you have lots of things in your settings. Everything from, you know, autofocus to macro focus to white balance to different things. You even have outdoor visibility, which I promise you, in the brightest sun outside, you can still see it, and that's amazing. You have auto contrast, which I usually have on. I didn't have it on for that one, but yet it still handled low light really good. The contrast will make the colors a lot better off and a lot more vivid. And you can take the photos with your voice, so that's really nice too. You can say things such as, you know, capture, shoot, smile, cheese, and it'll take the photo just by you saying that. The other thing you have is a lot of extra shooting modes besides the regular burst mode. You have things like best shot, which will take 8 photos and keep the best one. You have best faces, which will make every group shot perfect, meaning that if someone blinks, you can actually take their face from another shot and put it on there. It takes 3 to 5 shots in a row, 1 second apart from each other, and then you get to pick each person's best picture and just attach it. So it's really nice. I've used it in practice, and it can do like up to like 100 faces. It's ridiculous insane how big of a groups you can get. Beauty shot, which all girls have fallen in love with. Beauty shot gets rid of all blemishes, wrinkles, all that kind of stuff. Acne gone. It'll help with bags in the eyes, but you know what? If you're too tired, it will not help. Really good quality though. Every girl I've seen has fallen in love with it. And low light. Low light's really good. Basically, it's automatically brightens a shot when you cannot use flash. So the photo is brightened while you're taking a photo and then immediately brightened after you take a photo. So you don't have to edit or anything like that. It just is the best low light possible, hands down. Also in video recording, you do have the regular record, which you can of course take photos during it, but you can also pause it instead of stopping it. Little extras like this just make this phone go a lot further in terms of all of its processes. So, and compared to everything else, it just does a really good job of fulfilling every extra that you might not even thought you wanted or even needed. In terms of gaming, just an incredible device when it comes to gaming. I have not had any lag on any games that I've played on here. Check out the gaming review to see it yourself, but really good. Even when some tablets gave lag, this one did not. So that's really impressive. It's really done the best out of all gaming on phones. Out of any phone out there, this will do the best gaming. In terms of battery life, obviously just amazing. The battery life count is 3100 milliamps, which even on LTE has lasted easily a day. If you're on HSPA Plus, you will easily get a day and a half. Just really well off. And the nice part about that is too, you do have a power saving mode, which will honestly make it so you do not have to do anything like a task killer, an app killer, anything like that. Now you do have a built-in task manager if you just hold this on the bottom. And you can just go into the task manager itself that Samsung provides. If you ever have, for some reason, a real slow time and you have a lot of RAM used up, but honestly, with a quad core and 2 gigs of RAM, you're never really going to see a lag. You can clear it out though if you want, and it will dramatically decrease. So it's just really good overall, and I really like the experience that you get on this device. It just really runs smoothly, and you never really have any kind of downside to it. Extras, of course, you get the pen, which has a lot of things that it adds just to itself. But a couple of extras that I like to point out too is, things like one-handed mode. When you're typing, you can actually use, but instead of having 2 hands, if you use the Samsung keyboard, you can actually use just 1 hand, so I really do like that. Not to mention that you have things like Google Now as well. So that is one-handed mode, so you can actually move it, and you can actually type with 1 hand. So it's really nice in terms of how it fits perfectly with your hand. So I really do like that. Also, in terms of Google Now, it's just the best assistant ever. If you haven't checked out the video on it, please do check it out. You'll see the reason why this is the best assistant compared to Siri, S-Voice, and every other voice assistant is because Siri and S-Voice, what they do is they do a good job of answering questions, but Google Now just does it without you asking. And what kind of assistant would you rather have? One that you have to ask questions to all the time, or one that just does it for you? And that's the really power of Google Now. You also have things such as for first-time users. This is a great phone, actually. Surprisingly, I would actually recommend this phone for first-time users more than any other Android phone. And that is because in home screen mode, you actually can do something called easy mode, which just changes the entire layout of the phone to be really good for any basic user. And for those of you techies out there, you don't have to worry, your basic settings are saved. So if you change back to basic mode, you will be fine. But on easy mode, you literally have your clock, you have your main contacts you can just add right away. You have your main apps that any basic user will use, and you can always add another one. And you have your main settings you would change. They leave you with one page where you can put whatever apps you want, and a place for you to set your alarms. So just really nice, very easy. For any basic user, this would be the ideal device for them. And that's what I think this device does really well. It's not only for the far advanced users, but it's for even the basic users. Price point, it is going to be at $299 with contract for pretty much every carrier here in the US. If you do buy it outright, most places have it around pegged at $649 to $699, just varies a little bit here and there. But just really around the best device out there. And what I mean by that is that I will compare it to the S3 and the iPhone 5, but honestly guys, there is no better device out on the market right now. This is going to be the best device for 2012. And the end of it, it's just the fastest one. It's a real pleasure. I know you guys, some of you out there might still think it's too big, but I challenge you just to go in a store, try it, use it, and play with it for at least 10 minutes. And just see it. Check out some of my videos before going into the store so you actually know how to use it. And then you'll really just appreciate how everything moves. And but honestly, I would say I give this rating the best tablet of 2000, or sorry, I keep saying that, the best phone of 2012. I know some of you guys are making fun of that. Haha, yeah, it is a tablet. No, it's actually really a phone. And honestly, the more time I've spent with it, the less I've noticed the size. And I really have to tell you guys that I've noticed the size less and less as I've had it. And I was a complete disbeliever, and I've said that before in my first impressions of it, that I was a complete disbeliever. I was like, no way, the Note is way too big, and everything like that. The S3 is fine. And I will compare them, so you will see that video head to head. But overall, I do like the S3. Great, I love it. But the Note is the best device of the year. Just hands down, it's just amazing. And it's not just an upgrade from the Note 1. It is better. It is a better phone than the S3. If you guys have any questions about it or are still curious about some things, feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.